you ever played that game where you whisper a message down a line of people? By the time it reaches the end, it's completely different, right? Well, in React, we have a similar problem, except we're just making everyone's life harder for no reason. Here's what I mean. You need to send information from the top of your app to the bottom, but every component in between has to handle it, even when they don't need it. Today, I'm showing you a better way. It's called the Context API, and it's going to make your life so much easier. Let's jump in. Before I show you the solution, you need to see the problem. Let's say you're building an app. At the top, you've got a component that knows who the user is, their name, their picture, all that. Down at the bottom, another component needs to show the user's name. Sounds simple, right? Just send it down. Here's where it gets messy. Between the top and bottom, you've got other components. And these middle components, they don't care about the user's name at all. But you still have to pass that information through every single one anyway. People call this prop drilling. Think about it like this. You're in your bedroom and your friend's in the kitchen. You want to give them a cookie. But instead of walking to the kitchen, you have to hand it to your brother first. He's busy playing games. He doesn't want the cookie. But he has to stop, take it, and pass it along. Annoying, right? Now imagine there are 5 rooms between you and the kitchen. Or 10. Every person has to stop just to pass along something they don't need. Your code turns into a tangled mess. There's got to be a better way, right? Well, there is. Here's where Context API saves the day. Think of context like a radio station. The station plays music and sends it into the air. Want to listen? Tune in. Don't want to? Don't turn on your radio. Context works the same way. Instead of passing information through every component, you put it in one central spot. Then any component that needs it just grabs it directly. The components in the middle, they can ignore it completely. Context has 3 parts. Think of them like a radio system. First, the context itself. That's your radio frequency. Second, the provider. That's your radio tower. It holds the information and broadcasts it. Third, the components that need the information. They're like radios tuning in. If a component doesn't need the information, it doesn't have to listen. Simple as that. The information goes straight from the provider to the components that want it. No more passing things around. Now let me show you how to set this up. Setting up context is easier than you think. 3 simple steps. Step 1. Create your context by calling react.createContext. You're just setting up the channel. Step 2. Wrap your components with the provider. The provider is your radio tower that broadcasts the information. You wrap it around the components that need access, and you give it a value. That's the actual information you're sharing. Any component inside the provider can grab the information. Any component outside can't access it. Step 3. Use the information in your components. Just use the use context hook. Pass in your context, and boom, you've got access. No more passing things down manually. You just grab it directly. That's it. 3 steps to fix prop drilling. But hold on. Before you start using context everywhere, there's something important you need to know. Context is awesome, but it's not always the right choice. Think about a school loudspeaker. You'd use it for important stuff everyone needs to know, like a fire drill or early lunch. You wouldn't use it to tell your friend 2 desks away that you have gum. You'd just whisper. Same with React. Use context for information lots of components need, like who's logged in, dark mode or light mode, what language to show, shopping cart items. But if you're only sending information down 1 or 2 levels, just do it the normal way. It's simpler. Also, when context information changes, every component using it updates. All of them. So use context for important stuff that doesn't change constantly. Good uses, user login info, theme settings, language, shopping cart. Bad uses, information only 1 or 2 components need, stuff that changes every second, information used in one tiny part of your app. Simple rule, context for sharing important information across your app. Normal way for nearby components. Now let me warn you about 3 mistakes everyone makes. First mistake, making too many contexts. People get excited and create a context for everything. Before you know it, you've got 15 contexts and total chaos. Instead, group related information together. username, email, and picture. One context. Keep it simple. Second mistake, forgetting to wrap things with the provider. You set everything up, try to use it, and nothing works. Why? You forgot the provider. Without it, there's nothing to grab. Always double-check your provider is wrapping the components that need it. Third mistake, putting the provider in the wrong spot. Too low, some components can't reach it. Too high, you're causing unnecessary updates. Put it just high enough to cover the components that need it, like placing a Wi-Fi router, central enough for everyone to connect, but not in your neighbor's yard. All right, let's wrap this up. Here's what you learned today. Context API lets you share information across your app without passing it through every component. You learned about prop drilling, that annoying thing where you pass information through components that don't need it. You know the three parts: the context, the provider that shares information, and use context to grab it. You know when to use it. For important information, many components need. Otherwise, stick with the normal way. And you know the three mistakes: too many contexts, forgetting the provider, wrong provider placement. Here's what to do next. Go find some information in your projects that you're passing through multiple components. Move it into context. Follow the 3 steps. Create the context, wrap with provider, grab with use context. You'll immediately see how much cleaner it looks. Context might feel weird at first, but once you use it a few times, it'll click. And you'll wonder how you ever built apps without it. You've got this. Now go clean up that code, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next